morning, it's Bob Mason from FX Empire, having a look at crypto tech review of EOS, Ethereum and Ripple, and a glance at Bitcoin. It is Sunday, the 21st of June, and it's 7:30 AM my time. Jumping straight into EOS US dollar, it's been a relatively positive start to the morning. Going to need to see EOS avoid the pivot selling at 51.80, however, to support another bullish day. Avoiding the pivot would bring the first major resistance level at 258 into play. Going to need some support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high 256. Fall through the pivot would bring this first major support level sitting at 47.67 into play. Barring a extended sell-off, however, we should see EOS avoid sub 250 on the day. Moving across to the daily candlestick, we're seeing this range remain for EOS. We're not seeing any breakout here. Looking at the MACDs, we could see a crossover in the form of bearish trend. EOS is going to need to avoid 242s, that support level there, to avoid a fall back through that key support level that's sitting at 226. That would then form a near-term bearish trend. Breakout from the key resistance level on the day through 2.58 would bring three levels into play, and then obviously the EOS is going to need to make a run at this 311 to maintain the near-term bullish trend. So looking at the MACD, we're seeing this histogram widen on the bearish, which could see that crossover and a pullback. Moving across the Ethereum against the dollar and the hourly candlestick, it's been a relatively flat start today. We're going to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 228.30 to support a run at this first major resistance level, sitting at 231.15. Going to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high that was 230.67 and maintain the second half of the day recovery that we saw yesterday. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 226 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, we should see sub 220s avoided. Second major support level sitting at 223.15 should limit the downside. Moving across to the daily candlesticks and the MACD. Again, very range bound here. We're not seeing any breakout. Ethereum's going to need to avoid sub 225 and that second major support level, however, to avoid a pullback to sub 200s and test that key support level sitting at 176. Breakout through the day's major resistance levels is going to be needed to bring that 250 into play and the 23.6% fib sitting at 257. Going to need a breakout from there to support the near-term bullish trend. Looking at the MACD, seeing the histograms widen here, suggesting a continued downward trend, which would reverse yesterday's marginal gain of just 0.06%. Moving across to Ripple against the dollar, it's been again relatively flat start to the day. Going to need to see Ripple avoid the pivot at 1870 to support a run at the first major resistance level at 0.19. We saw Ripple fail to break out through to 0.19 levels yesterday. Fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 1854 into play. We should see sub 18s avoided, however. We've got the second major support level sitting at 1826. Moving across to the daily candlestick and the MACD. Yeah, we're seeing Ripple struggle at 18 levels at the moment, and it's hovering around this support level sitting at 1840. Fall through that 1840 would bring sub 18s into play and this key support level at 1750. Fall through that, and we're going to see a reversal of that near-term bullish trend fall back in mid-March. Breakout from today's major resistance levels would bring this first resistance level here sitting at 2130. Breakout from there is going to be needed to maintain the near-term bullish trend and support a move through to 2350 levels that we see here, the most recent high. Looking at the MACD, it's pointing to a bearish trend on the day, so going to need to see that key support level avoided at 1840. Moving across to Bitcoin, daily candlestick and the MACD range bound start to the day. Saw Bitcoin fail to break through to 9,500 yesterday. That's a key resistance level at the moment for Bitcoin. We're going to need to see a breakout from there to bring 10,000 levels and that key resistance level at 10,398 that's going to be needed to support the near-term bullish trend. Fall through to sub 9s and the 23.6% fib is going to bring that sub 8,600 level key support level into play, and that's going to fall through there, and we're going to see a reversal of that near-term bullish trend. Looking at the MACD, pointing to a bearish start to the day, so key is to avoid sub 9,200 levels to maintain an upward trend on the day. MACD is suggesting a downward trend, so keep an eye on that.